All right, this is going to be a full step-by-step guide on exactly how to run Google Ads. And this is the same process that I use on my own shop and the 75 plus shops that we have worked with. So getting right into it, the first thing we're going to do is go down to Tools, and then we're going to go to the Keyword Planner, click on Discover New Keywords, and let's just set this up for an example as a ceramic coating campaign. We're just going to enter that, and then the city, so I'm in Chicago, so we will use that as an example. We'll say Chicago, and then we will do include. Save that, and then get results to see what the keywords are looking like. So we can see here that we have about 728 monthly searches, 92 cents on the low end, and 389 cents on the high end for cost per click. Now, if we add in another word, let's say paint correction, just to give us some more data. Typically, we want to start out with anywhere from, 3 up to maybe 7 to 10 keywords. So let's just go ahead and pick ceramic coating. Paint correction, still pretty good. And then we could do, we don't want cost, that's a bad one. We could do paint correction near me, though. That is going to be a good one. Then we're just going to take these 3 words. Now we're going to go to campaigns. And then we're going to click on new campaign. And then select the leads. Submit lead forms, make sure you have your conversion action set up. Then click on continue. Do a search campaign. And then select lead form submissions as how you want to reach the goal. Then we're going to click on next, and we can just name this by the date and then the campaign. So let's just say 2-2 ceramic coating. And then we're going to click on continue. And right here, we're going to just select conversions for now. We are going to be changing this after we launch the campaign, but you can't unfortunately do what's called manual cost per click at first, which is why we need to wait until after we launch. Then we're just going to click on next, uncheck both of these, and then we're going to enter the location we want. Make sure that you've got presence. Click on enter another location. Go to advanced search. I'm going to do a radius for this example, and we're just going to say Chicago. And then there we go. And we can save that. Another thing to note right here, typically what you would want to do is exclude every single state and also county nearby that is not what you want to target, so that Google doesn't end up showing your ad to people who aren't even in a place that's relevant to your service. So you can go to ChatGPT, ask it to give you every single state and then a list of all the counties nearby, all the cities nearby, so that you can exclude those and only hit what you want to hit. Not going to do that for the point of this video just because it's going to take forever, but that's what you would do for actually setting up the campaign. Then we can leave the rest of this blank, go to more settings, and then for ad schedule, I personally like to do 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So we're just going to select 8 a.m. and you can set this to whatever you want. Just make sure it's at a time where you can be in front of the phone ready to answer any calls or leads that do come in. All right, there we go. And then the rest of these settings, you can just leave the way they are. And we're going to click on next. We're going to skip this. And then now we're making the actual ad. We can copy and paste our keywords. What we're going to want to do is add quotation marks around them. And we are also going to, in just a second, put brackets around them. So this is going to give us phrase match and broad match keywords, which basically just means people are going to have to look up the exact wording or very similar wording to see our ad. We do not want broad match, because then someone could look up something even closely related to your service and find your ad. Then for final URL, I'm just going to pull up my landing page, copy and paste that in there. So Chicago auto styling, Chicago autorestyling.com. There we go. And then we're just going to copy and paste this, and we're going to do ceramic coating. And then for the headlines, we're just going to want to enter things that are relevant to the ad that we're making. So we could do the company name, Chicago Auto Styling, and then we could do a call to action. So contact us now for a quote, and then we could do a trust statement, so 5-star rated, and then we could also do things with the keyword in it. So ceramic coating near me. We could do quality ceramic coating. And then we're going to expand these out a little bit, add these headlines. We want to fill out every single headline and description that Google allows us to. So let's fill out the rest of these. Ceramic coating specialist, we can just use some based on past things. Locally owned and operated, extreme attention to detail. Chicago's preferred, that's a good one. Call now to claim offer. Highly trained and certified. And then let's do #1 rated ceramic coating shop. What does Google want us to include? Let's see, we could do a locally owned and operated. We could do get a quick quote today. We could do paint correction near me. Let's actually go up and see our keywords. Let's see. Yeah, paint correction near me was one of them. And then we could do #1 paint correction in town. And finally, best, actually let's do this as another trust statement. Most trusted shop in Chicago. And then for the description, we're going to do a similar thing. So, ceramic coating specialist, full warranty on work, highly trained and certified, extreme attention to detail, call now to claim offer. We could do top rated ceramic coating installers in Chicago. We could do top rated ceramic coating installers in Chicago, specialist, highly trained and certified. We could do a 5 stars on Google. And then for this last one, let's see what Google wants. Okay, there we go. We just got it. We could say certified ceramic coating installers. That works out for now. And then here we can just put the name, so Chicago Auto Styling. And then make sure you have your logo and add some site links in. I think we may or may not have had saved site links. I'm not going to add them right now because it does take a minute to add all these. But what you do is basically come here, wrong section, you would paste that in the final URL, put a /, and then you go into your website editor and you can pull the sections of the website. So we could pull this section right here and have a site link that says benefits of ceramic coating, and then put that right there. So it would be like this: benefits of ceramic coating. And you typically want to have, can't do that long, benefits of a coating. Typically you want to have anywhere from 4 to 6 of these site links just to make sure you're optimized there. Callouts we can add really quickly: most trusted, top quality, #1, and get a free quote. Apply those. And then for more asset types, always like to add a phone number in there, so we can just click on that, go to apply. Structured snippets, you can add these, you don't need to. Same thing with prices, promotion. We've really built out the base of what we actually need. Again, site links are a big one. Make sure you add those, just not going to for the point of this video. Then we're going to go next and set our budget. So let's just, as an example, say $50 a day. And then we're going to be able to review all of our data. So it's going to show us campaign name, campaign type, objective, all of that good stuff. And then we can just click on publish campaign. Now, as soon as we do that, we actually want to go back and pause the campaign. So once this loads up, we are just going to this is a good time to plug. If you want my team to run these for you and install our sales systems, click the link in the description, book a call, and we will go over exactly what it would look like for us to do all of this for you, including we do Facebook ads, Google ads, entire sales systems, content systems, everything you need to scale your shop from 5, 15K up to 50K and beyond per month. All right, so now what we're going to do is go to campaigns, and then we are going to click on 2-2 ceramic coating. This is the example. Actually, what we're going to do before we even go in there, we're going to pause it. We're going to go to settings, and this is where we're going to do the manual CPC, which is why we didn't really mess with it at the start. So on biddings or bidding, go to the drop down, click on change bid strategy, or select bid strategy directly, click on that, and then we're going to do manual CPC. And we're going to click on save, change bid strategy, and the rest of this is good to go. Then we are going to go into this. We're going to go into the ad group and go to negative search keywords, and we're going to add any keywords that we already know are bad. So this could be cheap ceramic coating, cheap paint correction, We don't want ceramic coating product. We don't want ceramic coating cost. That's another one that's just like cheap. So basically what you're going to want to do, add as many of these negative keywords as you can. And after 3 to 7 days, you're going to have enough data to be able to actually go to your search terms. So you go search terms, and then it'll show you exactly what right here, since we obviously haven't launched a campaign and it's not showing, but right here, it'll show you exactly what your ad is actually popping up on. And you're going to see a bunch of random stuff. You're going to see, stuff that is not even what you think closely related to the campaign. So what you're going to want to do is basically just go through all those, select the terms, and then add them as negative keywords, because you're just wasting money when you're showing up there. Now let's go back to the campaign and let's go to ads. And then we want to basically take this, we want to copy it, and then we are going to want to paste it. Click on the campaign, make sure the ad group is selected, and then done. And then if ad already exists, create duplicate, and click on paste. And now what we're going to do is just go right back into the ad level and change the headlines and change the descriptions. Leave the site links, the callouts, all the other assets the same. And what we're essentially doing here is split testing 2 different headline variations and 2 different description variations to see what does best. And then we can go off of that. So what we would do is come in here just to show you. All of this would stay the same. We would delete all of these headlines, delete all of these descriptions, and replace them with a split test. Now, another thing to note is that inside of the ad groups, you want to be as specific as possible. So if this was a real campaign, what I would probably do is have a separate ad group for ceramic coating and for paint correction, because then you can base everything in your ad around that one service. Someone who wants the ceramic coating might not want a paint correction. Maybe they've got a brand new car and they don't want to pay the extra money for the correction. At the same time, someone might want a paint correction without the coating. Maybe they just want to wax. So have them as specific as possible, because you're going to get a much better cost per click and also conversion rate on your ads. Now, once you've done that, the only other thing that you will need to do to start out is go to your search keywords, select on them, go to edit, and then change max CPC, raise bids to top of page, and then click on apply. Now, for some reason, it doesn't look like it saved it as broad. It looks like it saved it as broad instead of exact and phrase match. Make sure that your keywords are in parentheses or in the quotes and in brackets, so that you're on broad and phrase match. Not broad, so that you're on exact and phrase match and not broad match. But that is pretty much it. So just to recap what everything looks like, we have got these settings as manual CPC. Make sure that you have presence selected. Make sure that you have a bunch of all the other states and a bunch of counties around you as excluded locations. And then once we get into the ad, make sure that you have an ad group for every single specific service. So if you do detailing, window tint, ceramic coating, have a separate ad group for each of those. And if you do paint correction and ceramic coating, have a separate ad group for each of them. If you do PPF, have a separate ad group for clear bra and PPF, and even color PPF if you want to be specific. Inside of each ad group, make sure that your ads, there's 2 variations for each. Let me undo this filter. I should be able to show the other one that we just made as well. Let's see. Yeah, so make sure you've got 2 variations and you actually change them to make them different, see what works best, and then have a good landing page. It needs to be optimized for mobile. You guys can see this is not a pretty landing page on the desktop, but it doesn't need to be, because such a small percent, if any, of our clicks are going to be from a desktop. Make it look good on mobile, and you should be pretty much good to go. So that's how you set up the campaign and optimize it over time. Again, negative keywords are going to be huge. Now, like I said before, if you want my team to come in and run all of this done for you so you don't have to worry about any of it, just click the link below, book a call. We can go over what it would look like, and I will talk to you there.